continuing our discussion on CEMS regulation. I am Adya from the Council on Energy, Environment and Water, and to present on scaling CEMS in India, bridging policy and technology for improved industrial compliance. To tell you a bit more about CEW, we are one of Asia's leading not-for-profit policy research institutions, and we impact sustainable development at scale with data, integrated analysis, and strategic outreach to explain and change the use, reuse, and misuse of resources. We are a team of 390 plus researchers and have impacted over 400 million lives and engaged with over 20 state governments in India. We work on three verticals, which are transformation, quality of life, and enablers. Our current study focuses on scaling up CEMS through analyzing various states in CEMS implementation and documenting the best practices to facilitate cross-learning across all state pollution control boards in the country. We have adopted a three-step approach which include identification of leading states in CEMS implementation, followed by consultations with each of these states. Our focus will be on understanding their operating environments and the challenges that they have faced while documenting their best practices and learnings. We will finally collate our findings into a best practice handbook to be used by various SPCBs and support CEMS scale-up and boost industrial compliance in the country. In the past, CEW has conducted two studies which have also informed the study. The first is the best practices in CEMS, which provides standards for CEMS installation, operation and maintenance based on CPCB guidelines. And second, a study assessing the effectiveness of India's OCEMS portals, which is the Industrial Emission Reporting System. Based on our findings, these are the states which have emerged as leaders in CEMS, and this chart shows the percentage of installed CEMS in the 17 category highly polluting industry. You may note that while Himachal Pradesh actually has 100% installation, the number of units is just 21, wherein in a more industrialized state such as Gujarat, the number of units where CEMS is installed is significantly higher, while the percentage may appear to be lower. We mapped the best practices for these states as well, some of which are as follows. Rajasthan has emerged as a pioneer in data availability and capacity building, with unit-wise historical CEMS data available on its portal, which you can see on your right. In the right image, RSPCB has also been organizing capacity building workshops for its own officials on CEMS implementation as well as industry representatives. Another state is Madhya Pradesh, which has institutionalized monitoring by setting up Environment Surveillance Center and the Emergency Response Center. They not only issue directions on CEMS certification and the latest CPCB guidelines, but also organize workshops for their own officials and industry representatives on CEMS, as well as generate awareness on fake CEMS service providers. Gujarat has innovation in environmental regulation through its globally recognized emission trading project in Surat, which was internationally recognized and was a Earthshot Prize finalist in 2025. Here you can see the potential of Surat ETS in reducing PM emissions by 29% and an emission market dashboard which was prepared. Subsequently, this ETS was extended to the city of Ahmedabad as well, and right now there are talks in Rajasthan to have a sulfur dioxide based ETS which would be implemented soon. Another state we identified as a leader in CEMS implementation was Odisha, and we've conducted a successful consultation with OSPCB. Our consultations gave us several insights into their best practices. On data reliability alongside legal mandates, best practices included studying patterns of emissions as well as using pan-tilt zoom cameras for real-time monitoring. To raise institutional capacities, OSPCB is currently preparing centralized dashboards such as Prasar to efficiently use available officials for monitoring. There is an emphasis on centralized monitoring using live dashboards. The best practices include a central room which consolidates the real-time data and live cameras to allow continuous tracking and a unified view for regulators. Alerts are also issued exceedances in cases of exceedances through SMS and email. Escalation happens in cases of repeat exceedances through an in-person visit by the officials, and the officials can also hold on to back guarantees of certain industrial units till the time they fulfill all the conditions of compliance. One of Odisha's pioneering initiatives initially was the star rating mechanism, which actually had to be shut down. And this was due to the regulatory overshoot, because what was happening was, for example, if one industrial unit has 50 stacks, and even if one of the CEMS devices on one stack would not be emitting the data as required in the compliance, they would actually be rated poorly. So that limited the industry to buy into the scheme, and it disincentivized their participation. So this will also be revamped and relaunched so that it can boost industry's participation and motivate them to achieve greater compliance. The other challenges in implementation include, as has been also mentioned by some of the speakers before me, our greatest learning which emerged was that monitoring remains the greatest challenge in a tight operational loop. Making legal mandates is one thing, but monitoring is what it truly boils down to. We speak about legalizing SEMS data and making it more enforceable, but monitoring is where we should actually focus. Institutionally, there is a problem in the form of a missing middle. Skill analysts, QA/QC framework, and developing validating agencies for SEMS data is still needed for robust data analysis using SEMS. In terms of a technical challenges, there are data quality and reliability issues, along with difficulties faced in calibration and data validation. Capacity building is again required to overcome the knowledge gap on SEMS in various SPCBs and